Good morning, fellow car washers. I'm Shane Groff with innovateIT Car Wash Equipment. I'm here to answer some of your questions that we frequently see posted on the internet. Our next question has to do with motor control centers. One of those areas in the car wash that is kind of near and dear to me. I'm a nerd when it comes to controls. I love everything about it. But our question is what's the difference between motor starters, soft starters, VFDs? What do I use? So motor starters, plain and simple, it's across the line starter. Just think of, you have two things, and when you want it to turn on, it just closes. Just the contacts of the three-phase just slam closed, and that motor goes from sitting still to full RPM as quickly as possible. Couple things that does is, one, you get a lot of inrush. It takes a lot of energy from your electrical system to take that motor from 0 to either 1800 or 3600 RPMs. Also, it is very hard mechanically on your components. So many of our brushes and pumps and motors, they have some sort of keyway, whether it be there's a key stock in with the pulley on the belt, or if you have direct drive, there's still a key stock in there between the gears. Maybe you have a Lovejoy, all the different kind of coupling devices. The motor side is, like I said, going to go from 0 to whatever the running RPM is. So it's just instant torque, and it's very hard on all those mechanical components. The Lovejoy, or if you have a sprocket and chain coupling, even if it's a pump with pulleys and belts, your pump's sitting there full of water and the motor turns on, it takes a lot of energy, and the pump is resisting spinning because it has water in the head and the valves are closed, so the belts could slip if they're not adjusted properly. So many years ago, people started introducing soft starters to it, which is more of an electronic, for lack of better, keep this really simple, it's like an electronic motor starter. It does not give full power to the motor instantaneously. It does it over a period of time, so you can just get going and then speed up more and more and more. It's a great little device. We used them many years ago. It was a lot more money at the time to do that over an across-the-line motor starter. The next item was the VFD, variable frequency drive. It was an evolution of the soft start. Again, you're taking the motor from 0 to its running RPM over a period of time, and you can adjust that, half a second, 1 second, 2, 6, 8 seconds, whatever you wanted for your application. You could also adjust how fast it goes from full running RPM to 0 after the car passed. Some advantages of the variable frequency drive was you could adjust how fast that motor is going to run once it's up to speed. The soft starter is always going to go to full RPM. The across the line starter, always going to go to full RPM. So if you had an 1800 RPM motor, it was going to go from 0 to 1800. On a variable frequency drive, you can change that. You could have it go from 0 to 1200, 1300, whatever you wanted. And this device is most common today, as most car washes are going back to electric drives on wraparounds, mitters, top brushes, oscillators on high pressure arches. They set how fast these car wash items are spinning, rotating, oscillating by using a variable frequency drive and knocking it down from, usually you're talking in hertz. So when you're running full speed, you're at 60 hertz. And they knock it down and say, I only want it to run at 50 hertz or 40 hertz, or maybe it's a oscillating high pressure arch, it's going to run at 25 hertz. So you can control the speed. Many other items you can do with the variable frequency drive is you can get information out of it that tells you how your equipment's performing. What's the torque? What's the amperage? All just tons of information, and then you can use that information to make adjustments on your equipment, either manually or automatically. In those three scenarios, across the line solder, soft start, VFD, that was the price point for many years also. Cross the line was the cheapest, soft start was in the middle of the road, and a variable frequency drive was the most expensive. Luckily, with technology and mass production and many things, the VFD prices, variable frequency drive prices, have really come down. I would not see a scenario today where I would use a soft start. I've kind of narrowed it down to I either have a motor starter or I have a variable frequency drive. And a real easy way to decide on which you're going to do, there's many factors. I'll give you some of the simple ones. First and foremost, do I need to control the speed of that item, or is it always going to run at full speed? If it's always going to run at full speed, there is a consideration for the motor starter. Is it a heavy load that's going to get going, or is it just pretty light load? You know, that's another consideration, because you may not have the inrush. Do I need information out of it? Now, there are some motor starters that will give you that information, how much torque, how much RPM, how much amperage, all that you could use to make adjustments. But even nowadays, on at least on smaller motors, the motor starters and VFD prices are getting so close nowadays. I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that 90% of our motor control centers that we use either internally or ship out to our customers are all VFDs, because the pricing is so good. There's a lot of information to learn, but don't be scared of it. There's so much you can Google, you can watch on YouTube, work with your MCC manufacturer for training. It's just, the information is in abundance and it's at your fingertips with the internet. So, you know, if you have more questions about different applications of where to use which device, whether it be a starter or VFD, feel free to reach out to your car wash equipment manufacturer. Feel free to reach out to us here at Innovate. We can help answer questions. Thanks, guys.